Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my final Q&A for the first half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, of course, on AMC, with tonight being the mid-season finale, Episode 7, Shiva. Alright, so I definitely wanted to get this Q&A done for you guys because, of course, tonight is the mid-season finale, and I'm really excited to see it. Of course, after that, we'll still be reviewing Game of Thrones and doing the usual, videos for that after this, but then it's going to be the break for Fear, and I've got some other shows going to do reviews for. I'll probably review the premiere for Preacher. I heard there's a Talking Dead for Preacher, which I thought was weird because it's, like, just starting. I guess AMC is just like, they want to get another Walking Dead, whatever it is. If it's another indie comic book, just buy it. Well, it's got Seth Rogen involved too, so I mean it's not like you have nobody of talent in the show, so it should be pretty cool. So I'll definitely do the review for that. And some people have asked for Outcast. There's a premiere for that now online, so maybe I'll do one for that. And yeah, you guys know the usual stuff throughout the summer. We don't stop. We just continue going. So there is a new promo, which is pretty cool. It's like kind of like a sneak peek, but I haven't given my thoughts on it yet. So I'll put the link in the description for Shiva. And you guys can go ahead and check it out yourselves. It's pretty cool, man. You've got Nick, and he's talking with Madison, and he's confidently telling her that he can move among them. He can be invisible, so to speak, like Metal Gear Solid or something. And I was just like, after I was watching, I'm like, man, are we watching like the starting of the Whispers? Because like it's like the more we watch it, the more it's just like he really loves to do this, and it gets me thinking. Like now he's sharing the idea, and he's telling Madison about how he's doing it, what he's doing, this kind of thing, and she's going to see him doing it in the mid-season finale. So it feels like more and more all the time that this group that we're seeing in Fear, of course, has a lot of similarities with the Whispers that we saw. So it's kind of cool just to kind of see. And I'm not saying necessarily that they are, but I just think it's really cool that Nick has really embraced this, and he enjoys doing it, as you can tell, and that he's going to continue to do it, which is it's just really fun, and that he's not afraid at all. He's like, he's not afraid to fear the Walking Dead. He doesn't fear the Walking Dead. But again, of course, as a lot of people have said, that the title, we believe, or they believe, refers to our survivors, just like the original Walking Dead, and not actually the zombies or the walkers, so to speak. So it's fun. So it's like, I don't know, are we seeing the birth of the Whispers? So I don't know, man. That would be so clever if they kind of somehow merge that in eventually, which I don't think they will. But it's just kind of cool, to see a group kind of stumble upon this kind of idea and start to kind of integrate it. And then we'll see if eventually he can talk Madison into doing it too at some point. We'll see. Next one's from Wyatt McCann, and he said, I bet next week's episode will end in a big-ass cliffhanger. Nice. And next one's from the Guru, and he says, kill that asswipe Chris off. So there's a few people, too, that are asking for the death of Chris already. They're just kind of pissed off at him with everything that's going on with him recently. So, yeah, man, we're going to see, there's really no way to know, unless you're privy to spoilers, who's going to survive, who's going to be killed off, in Fear right now. It's crazy, because at the beginning of the season, Chris was like a totally different character. Or let's go before the first season's mid-season, or the first season's finale. Just a totally different character. So the characters are still getting formed and everything. So it's really hard to tell. But it looks like there might be some deaths tonight. I've seen a few comments. I don't know who though. I have no idea. But some people have said, oh, it's been spoiled, leaked, or whatever, that there's going to be a couple deaths in the Fear mid-season finale. So we'll see about that. Next one's from Welsh 1794. And here she says, Madison is a Miss Know-It-All. She's turning into a selfish bitch. That's what he said. And that's something that a lot of people have commented on recently, too, is that she is being rather bitchy, especially with regards to Celia, that she doesn't really have any reason to hate Celia, so far as we can tell right now. She wouldn't know anything. And some people did say that yes, she's responsible, Celia is responsible for the kind of the mass opt-out or suicide at the church there, which is true. Yeah, that makes sense. But Madison, I guess I would say personally, the way I would break it down or view it is that it's like the world's falling apart around her, and so her kind of way to sort of her way to deal with that, or her way to act on that, or to take action, because human beings are creatures of action. We always want to take action on something, like find a solution as soon as there's a problem, like the world's going to end. What am I going to do? The first thing she's going to do is, mama bear her kids, is protect her kids, and want to protect her kids at all costs, which is totally understandable completely. Is she kind of being a bitch to others? Yeah, I think so. Is she going a little bit over the top, overboard? Yeah, I think so. But they've been having people shoot at them. They've been having, people getting kidnapped and them having to get them back, So she's been going through a lot recently. So you can understand that she might be a little on edge and pretty protective after, a couple members of her family getting kidnapped and then having to fight for them back and stuff. So I personally like Madison. Some people say she's worse than Lori. I don't think so. I think that that's how she's trying to keep it all together, man. That's her way of doing it in the world that they're in right now. So I personally don't. I still like the character. I still like Madison. I still like Kim Dickens' performance as her. I think it's good. Yeah, she might come across that way, but you can understand. It's understandable, right? Next one's from Walking Dead Updates, and here she says, this episode was so dark and thrilling. I'm seriously starting to love Fear for the characters, which is all you can ask for in a horror show. I feel bad for all the people who stopped watching, and I'm definitely reaping the benefits of staying committed. And I wanted to include this one because I wanted to touch on it too, yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, I'm just like, I was one of those people that was like, I'm not sure if this is so good, and they have totally blown me away after episode 3. This half, you could even make a case, I think, that maybe the season 2 of Fear is better than the first season of The Walking Dead. I mean, I don't think, personally, The Walking Dead will probably always be my favorite no matter what, because it's the first one, and they'll probably even have others in the future too. If Fear is going to become successful, this episode this week boosted in ratings. It went up in ratings, episode 6, and I'm sure episode 7 will as well too, because they're bringing the quality. They're doing a great job. They're bringing us some awesome episodes. They're making us care for the characters. They're making it thrilling and dark and exciting. There's some parallels to the original Walking Dead, which is great because people like things that feel a little bit familiar with a little bit of variety. They don't want it to be too different from something they've experienced before, and they don't want it to be too familiar so that it gets boring. You kind of have to have a good medium, a little bit of variety, but also familiar. That's where that's a sweet spot, so to speak, is what you kind of want. And I feel like they've been getting it so far, so it's good, man. I've really been enjoying it, and I feel bad for others too, but I think they'll come back. Everybody who's watched it all the way through, I think, they're like, okay, this is real good. So, let's check it out. Why not? Let's go forward and see what it can become. Season 3's been confirmed. 15 episodes, can't go wrong, man. I'm enjoying it. I kind of want to know right now when it's returning. Hopefully we'll find out tonight when the return date is for Fear, because right now we don't know. We don't know, prior. I've looked at lots of sites and looked it up online. I can't find a definitive official date when Fear is going to come back. Some people have predicted after Preacher, maybe, but I think it'd probably be late summer, like August, hopefully in July, but probably August, September, kind of like how it was last year when we had the 6 episodes. Hopefully in July, though, or June. I'd be happy with, maybe June off and halfway through July or something. I'd be happy with that if they did that because, man, it's just gotten so good. And the second half is, I'm really excited for the second half of Fear 2 now because it's wow, they've done a great job and I kind of want to see what it's like for them in Mexico and what they're going to do there. And it's going to, a different country now than the original one. It's just really cool, man. They've done a great job. Next one's from MrNoluv. And he says, I think Travis goes looking for Chris, and when he finds him, asks him what he's doing out there alone, and he replies, stuff and things. Then we see Liza dressed in all white. Sounds pretty original. I wanted to include that. What a goof. It's a good comment, though. It's pretty funny. Next one's from 88 Keys Man, and he says, I'm starting to truly enjoy the show. I knew Unjust had to give it a fighting chance. It's getting more exciting, and the character development is good. I hope no one's going to get killed off just yet. I think we are going to see. I mean, I was surprised in the season 1 finale they killed off Liza like that, and I think it did benefit the show, and it does kind of it's staying true to the medium. It really feels now, I think, especially with Chris and some of the stuff that's happening in the show, I really feel like it does feel like Walking Dead. It feels like, okay, this is Walking Dead. It's not some kind of companion spin-off series that's not like the original or isn't original on its own. Again, I think it's hitting the sweet spot good where it is original, but it's familiar too. I think they've done a great job with it, man. Awesome. And the last one's from Maple Sin, and he says, Daniel would fit in so well with Rick's present group. And I have to agree 100%. He is way, way ahead of his time, and he knows a lot. And I hope he'll survive the mid-season finale. It looks like he will. People said to me too, they're like, Trev, if they were going to kill him off, they wouldn't put it in a sneak peek. And I agree with you. If I can't think of a single character death from The Walking Dead that was kind of shown in a sneak peek. I don't think. They usually avoid it. They show something else in the sneak peek or something else in the promo if there's a big character death, so we can't really predict it unless it's spoiled or leaked on a Blu-ray description or something, like Shane. And that'll be it for today's Q&A. I don't want to go on for too long. I'm trying to shorten the videos a little bit for you guys, so make them more accessible, because I know you guys don't have all that much time. So the daily videos and stuff. So a heads up for reviews of Outcast and Preacher coming soon, guys. Of course, next weekend for Preacher, and the regular stuff for Game of Thrones. And we'll do predictions for the second half whenever we find out that comes back. I'll let you guys know the date once I find out. And that'll be it for this one. Enjoy the hell out of the mid-season finale tonight, guys. I'm expecting it to be a really good episode, and I think it will be at this point. I'm really satisfied with how they've done with Fear. Really impressed for sure. Write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, please don't forget. I appreciate all these subscriptions, so thank you guys for continued support. And to the new people who are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again tonight. So is this Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. I'll see you.